Mariya, Gabriel, welcome. We are very happy to have you with us, and it's a great honor that you take your time out of your schedule to speak to us. You are the EU Commissioner for Innovation, Research, Culture, Education and Youth, and the floor is all yours. I'm hoping that the sound is working to deliver us a little keynote on what the most important aspects are from your perspective. Welcome again.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Dear ministers, dear colleagues from the German Economic Council, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, it is a privilege to open your Innovation Day, and I would like to thank you for your kind invitation. Now, if you ask me how the European digital economy should compete internationally, my answer is one word: united. Digital technologies are key in the European economy and our democratic society, today more than ever. And we are at the beginning of something really important. We are at the beginning of a deep tech wave of innovation. In the last 30 years, digital technologies have made our lives easier, more convenient. And now it is time for the fourth wave of innovation to focus on solving our deepest societal challenges by combining physical, biological, and digital spheres. And as a consequence, the deep tech wave of innovation will make the world in 20 years so much more different than it is today. Can we imagine how artificial intelligence, combined with nanotechnology, aerospace, and synthetic biology will transform our lives? Yeah, we can. European citizens need us. They need us to help them put innovation at their fingertips. And Europe here must be a leader in this fourth wave of innovation that follows after the digital innovation wave. And I must say since the very beginning that Germany is one of our strongest partners because you have a great potential. By combining your strong industrial and research basis and boosting it with the excellence of your higher education, you can be at the forefront of the deep tech wave of innovation. But of course, we need to steer the transition for the benefit of all Europeans. So now we have a vision. In the industry of the future, innovation is key, so Europe needs to be a global leader. And today I want to share with you how two European initiatives will improve the competitiveness of the European industry and help take up the future challenges ahead, be them climate change, energy, food security, mobility, or the shortage of critical raw material. To start with, last July, the European Commission adopted a new European innovation agenda. The result of an extensive consultation process with governments, many groups and organizations, the new European innovation agenda is pivotal to the ambition that we share, which is to unlock the potential of innovation in Germany and all the European Union. And there are 5 priorities to overall support the European innovation ecosystem, develop new technologies and bring them into the market. First, improve access to finance for European startups and scale-ups. For that, we propose, for example, to mobilize untapped sources of private capital and simplifying listing rules. Second, improve the regulatory conditions for innovators to experiment with new ideas through sandboxes. Third, strengthen and better connect innovation players. Our ambition is to create 100 regional valleys of innovation in Europe. Fourth, of course, the crucial question of talents. We have a lot of talented people and we need to be an attractive place where our own talents would like to grow and where Europe is an attractive destination. And here we have a very strong initiative, 1 million deep tech talent in Europe for the next 3 years. Of course, I use the opportunity here to call for increasing support for women innovators. And 5, flagship initiative, improve the policy framework, including through clearer terminology, indicators, and data sets. So in summary, funding, regulatory conditions, better connections, a focus on talents, and a clearer policy environment. The new European Innovation Agenda focuses on these 5 priorities, and they are coming with 25 action points. Several actions have already been implemented or are soon going to be. For example, synergy guidance that helps national authorities make the best use of Horizon Europe and cohesion funds was already adopted. In addition, I mentioned the boosting effect of higher education as engines for innovation. Among the different partnerships in place, we have designed the Erasmus Plus Alliances for Education and Enterprises and the European Network of Innovative Universities. Third and last of my examples, again, I would like to insist on the Deep Tech Talent Initiative with the European Institute of Innovation and Technology, with aims at training 1 million European talents in deep tech domains by 2025. Of course, we need a very close cooperation here with industry, with our companies, with our regional authorities, in order really to be adequate when we train people, to train the people with the skills that are needed in our regions, in our member states, in Europe. Now, I would like definitely here to encourage the German companies to recruit such talents, to reinforce your innovation teams with skilled people who can help bridge the gap between and deep tech innovation. And this leads me to my second activity I would like to talk about. Well, it is called the European Chips Act. This initiative is with a very clear ambition to reinforce our competitiveness, our resilience in semiconductor technologies and applications. We know what is the situation actually. We are dependent from semiconductor chips, but they are so central to the modern digital and green economy. Yet Europe has an overall production market share of global semiconductors of less than 10%. And now we want to double it and to have it as to 20%. Through the European Chips Act, the European Union, European governments, international partners will together set measures to prepare, anticipate, and swiftly respond to any future disruption in the supply chain. With its formidable industry and know-how, Germany is here really to help us to seize this opportunity to spearhead the chips progresses. And finally, let me add one last point. It is important to promote the collaboration among researchers and innovators and to support them with fit-for-purpose initiatives. With the development of advanced computers based on photonic integrated circuits, an entirely new market will open. We need research and innovation on both photonics and advanced materials for quantum chips. And the time has come now for me to conclude. Ladies and gentlemen, the new European Innovation Agenda is not only a strategy, it is a call for action. It has been collaboratively developed for you to take full advantage of the efforts put forward so that Europe can lead the new deep tech wave of innovation. And now I want to move from co-creation to co-implementation because implementation is essential and the swift implementation is of paramount importance in case of innovation. For this reason, the innovation actors in Europe are forming a coalition of the willing. That is an informal alliance of private and public innovation actors that will work on implementing the 25 actions of the innovation agenda in close collaboration with our Commission services. I will be meeting the Coalition of the Willing every 6 months to take stock of the progress made in the implementation. And yes, I will be very glad if I see you joining this Coalition of the Willing. And I must say that I would be delighted to meet you at the first stock-taking meeting on 7th of December in Brussels as part of the European Innovation Council Summit. Let me conclude with one sentence. I'm convinced that the new European Innovation Agenda can make Europe the global powerhouse for deep tech innovation and startups. But we can do it only we are working together. And that's why thank you very much for your extraordinary initiative and allow me to wish you a successful Innovation Day.
Commissioner Gabriel, thank you very much for your comments. If I may, I would like to ask you two quick questions that both focus on the very first point you made, which was about unity, about being united in Europe to stem the tide, to overcome hurdles. And the first question I would like to ask is, what is your view of the international arena? If you look at determined nation states around the world, which would be the United States or China, or possibly more malevolent actors like Russia, what is the European answer to this? Do you think that the European states can rally sufficiently to overcome such actors on the international stage?
Well, first, it's really important to continue to stay united internally at European level and to continue to speak with one voice. But of course, we need international partners, the so-called like-minded partners, partners with whom we are sharing the same values and partners with whom we have, when we talk about science and technology, the same level of demand. And that's why the example for me is that for the first time in the new Horizon Europe program, third countries can be associated, and that is the closest form of cooperation. And I must say that we are working very hardly to have countries like Japan, South Korea, Canada, New Zealand, together with us to fulfill these strategic objectives. Because when we talk about green and digital transitions, we are fully aware that now we need to answer very quickly to some of the most strategic are in front of us in order to be independent and in order to have this strategic autonomy. So yes, I think that we should stop to be naive. We have to be as open as possible and as close as necessary. And that's the principle that we apply with Horizon Europe program.
Thank you very much. And following up to this, as you know, Germany is very proud of the label Made in Germany. What would you say to convince this audience in front of me and in front of yourself that they should switch from Made in Germany to Made in Europe as the new sign of quality around the world?
Made in Germany, that means for me made in Europe. What we need now is to scale, is to have a critical mass of all these good examples everywhere in all our member states and in our regions, and to show that we can be a leader in this new wave of innovation. That's why I'm talking about deep tech. Deep tech, that means answering to the deepest societal challenges. That not means high technology only, because Europe and Germany, we are very strong with all these two crucial elements of the deep tech innovation. Science, and we are a leader in science. 25% of the publications in the world are coming from Europe. We have some very strong industrial sectors, and that's especially the case in Germany. So I think that we have to seize our chance, because it's good to have a market of one member states, and even in the case of Germany, the biggest one. But we have a market of nearly, well, it's not anymore 500 million, but we have more than 400. So I think that we have to think strategically, that only by being united we can succeed, but that not means that we'll uniform all these things. We have to preserve our strength, and our strength is the diversity. We have vibrant regional, national innovation ecosystems. What we miss is to link them, to have a pan-European innovation ecosystem. And in that case, if this connectedness is here, if we are looking and we are working with the networks for which everyone has access, I think that it will be very easy to pass from Made in Germany to Made in Europe. And that's what we would like to do with the deep tech innovation. But for that, we need to work together.
Commissioner Gabriel, here's what I would suggest. Your argument has been heard, and I think it has been very convincing. I'll make a straw poll, and I'll keep you posted on the results of the conference today. Thank you very much for taking your time, and thank you very much for being with us today. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Have a nice day too.